Hello and a very good morning to you. You're watching Times Now Live. I'm Pratibha. Our top focus is on the biggest story of the day. The Air India pervert, whom the entire nation wants arrested immediately, has now been identified. Times Now brings you his picture. The man has been identified as Shekhar Mishra, a businessman from Mumbai. And this is the man on the loose since he committed the heinous act of urinating on an elderly woman on board an Air India International business class flight. Now, the details out for the very first time. The picture, we're just going to play it out as well. This is for the very first time that the man has been identified as Shekhar Mishra. The man has now been identified. Remember, the police officials are now on the lookout for this man. They had reached the residence of this pervert, but he was not available. Several questions continue to be raised on why the airline staff let him go. It was only a letter from the elderly woman, the victim in the case, that finally brought the focus back on this pervert who was let free despite the heinous act that he committed on board this flight. Now he is on the loose. The police officials have also now issued a lookout notice for the man. They're trying to trace this man, where exactly he is. But now finally his identity has been revealed. The police officials are on the lookout for this man after details came in. And questions continue to be asked on why the airline staff did not immediately take any action. In fact, the airline staff let the passenger go. The protocol is, if any offense is committed mid-air, then as soon as the flight lands, the person needs to be handed over to the CISF personnel. In this case, the airline staff could have also filed a police complaint, but that did not happen. In this case, the airline staff let this man go without taking any action against him. Now, more breaking updates coming in as we're tracking the latest developments on that story. Now, WhatsApp status of Shekhar Mishra, the accused in the Air India case, it was updated 5 days ago. The status of this man who committed the depravity says, "Mistakes don't define us, mistakes refine us." This is the response of the man after the heinous crime that he committed, after he was let off. Now, finally, when the incident came to light on WhatsApp, he had put up a status saying, "Mistakes don't define us, mistakes refine us." Perhaps talking about this incident and saying this is a mistake that refines him. That's the WhatsApp status that this man had put up. It was 5 days ago. Remember, it's only now that the officials, the DGC officials, have asked for a detailed report on what exactly happened. This was a status that he allegedly put up, where he says, "Mistakes don't define us, mistakes refine us." So this is a WhatsApp status, an indication of his state of mind. In fact, Rakesh Trivedi is joining us live on the broadcast. Thank you for joining us. Rakesh, first want to ask you, the details of this man now being revealed. What are the other details that the police officials have currently?
They have managed to get the details about this person. Is that his name is Shekhar Mishra, and he had mentioned an address of Miragod while booking the ticket. But it seems that the address was almost a fake address, since he was not residing there for quite a long time. He used to work for a multinational US-based company. So now a team of officials or investigators are expected to visit his office in Mumbai. Also, they're also getting some other leads about his location. As far as the contact number is also accessed by the investigating agency, and there they got to know this status of the WhatsApp, where he had mentioned that mistakes don't define us, mistakes refine us. Perhaps this is the first reaction of the accused in this entire matter through his WhatsApp status, which was updated just 5 days ago. In fact, it is learned that once he was aware about the incident, that it is coming up in the media now, only after that he switched off his mobile phone, and right before switching off his mobile phone, he updated this status. Back to you.
So the man has been identified, the police officials revealing details of who he is. Rakesh, any update on where the police officials are as far as investigations or, tracking him goes? Because yesterday the police officials arrived at his residence, but he was not available. So now the police officials continue to try and trace him.
Yes, they understood that the flat, the address which was mentioned by him while booking the ticket, belonged to one of his relatives who are based in Ahmedabad. And when they investigated the matter with these relatives in Ahmedabad, they got to know that this flat was rented out for quite some long time, and Mr. Mishra was not staying here for a couple of years now. So now they are looking up for his next location or the updated location. Where does he reside? Whether it is in Mumbai or outside Mumbai, that is not known yet.
Okay, all right. Stay on with us, senior colleague Bhavtosh, as well as Aishwarya, also joining us on the broadcast. Rakesh, stay on with us. Bhavtosh, the FIR, a lot of focus is now going to be on the FIR that has been registered in the case. Of course, we're also playing out the WhatsApp status of this man. The police official still on the hunt for him, but on his WhatsApp, he has put up a status saying, "Mistakes don't define us, they refine us." Perhaps an indication of his state of mind. More importantly, the focus on the FIR that was registered in the case. What are the details?
Well, as far as the FIR is concerned, there are several aspects as to how the woman in this case, a senior citizen, in fact, went through a harrowing experience. It's a 16-hour flight. It's a long-haul flight from JFK Airport to New Delhi. And she narrated the entire sequence of event. She, in fact, said that the crew staff, instead of bounding down this passenger, they decided to make them and have a chat. And this chat went on for a very long time. He profusely apologized to her, and they said that this was in clear violation of all laid down norms and guidelines. Remember, these incidents, though shocking, are not very rare in flights that take place, international flights that take place from India and towards India. These incidents have happened in past, and generally what the airline should have done is that they should have bound this person and then subsequently informed the CISF. And once the CISF had detained this person, then if the woman had given a complaint, then they should have arrested him. That's what the police have said. If the person was arrested in the first place, then they would have been in a position of filing a charge sheet rather than arresting him and nabbing him or locating or tracing him. That's the first mistake that the airline has done, whether it was done purposely, because the victim in this case was a senior citizen. The woman also, the complainant in this case had also said that all attempts was being made by the crew staff to make sure that no formal complaint is lodged by the complainant in this case. Second, she had said that they made her very uncomfortable by making the accused in this case sit close to her, and in the process the accused apologized. He broke down, and they have said that she in fact said that this made her very uncomfortable. Now the police have registered a case under various sections of IPC, including that of non-bailable sections of IPC. The police have said they want to set an exemplary punishment so that such incidents are not repeated, but they have again raised a question mark on the manner in which the airline had handled this entire issue, because they have said that 32 days were wasted before this complaint came to the police, and the police have said they had no option but to file an FIR on 4th of January.
So, Bhavtosh, there has been criminal negligence on part of the airline staff. Also want to ask you, does the FIR mention any action that should have been initiated from the side of the airline staff? Are we looking at the airline staff also being held accountable for not taking enough action and also shielding the pervert in this case?
Well, as far as the airline is concerned, yesterday the first step happened when they recorded the statement of 4 crew members and 4 staff members of the same flight. They were, in fact, in the cabin in the first class and business class. Their statements were recorded. And these 4 were on the 26th November flight. And they, in fact, recorded this statement. They claimed that all 4 of them claimed that there was no criminal act involved. They said that
stay on with us, Bhavtosh. My apologies for interrupting. We have some breaking inputs now coming in. Shankar Mishra, the vice president of the India chapter of American Multinational Financial Services Company, now Kanchan Gupta calling for strict action on the man. That's a reaction coming in, saying he is still at large and there has been no action taken against him. He is still at large and untraceable. Bhavtosh, I'll come back to you in just a moment. Aishwarya Jain also on the broadcast with us. Aishwarya, now calls coming in from across the country. There's a lot of anger over the incident, over the inaction and the injustice to the elderly woman. All this while now calling for action against the pervert in this case and also the airline staff for refusing to intervene.
Let us also tell our viewers that the WhatsApp status that Shankar Mishra had put, which states that mistakes don't define us, mistakes refine us. Now, when he is clearly saying that it was a mistake, then why he is not appearing in front of the police when a lookout notice has also been issued by the Delhi police? Yesterday, remember, the Delhi police reached to the Mira Road address where the tickets were booked and the address was mentioned, but he was untraceable. 6 raids were conducted in the entire Maharashtra. Now, the address where the Delhi police went to Mira Road in Mumbai, in that particular address, some of the relatives of Shankar Mishra used to live, and they told that he had shifted to Ahmedabad for his job, and he had no contact with those relatives. Later, it was also found that he could be traced in Uttar Pradesh as well. So a manhunt has been launched by the police as several sections of IPC had been forced on him. But the status clearly has the status that he put 5 days ago, and after which their phone was switched off, clearly states that he had assured that he had committed a mistake. But even when he is putting that kind of status, why he is not appearing in front of the police is a major question. But yes, the lapses are there. The DGCA has been saying that they wanted to set an exemplary example in front of the public, that such an incident cannot be done in the near future, and therefore the reason perhaps the man should be banned for lifetime in the aircraft. But as the details are emerging, it was in a prior investigation clearly found out that the airline staff was the one who do not wanted the lady to file an official complaint.
They in fact discouraged the woman from filing a police complaint. A lot of negligence from their side, which is why we've asked some tough questions to Air India. In fact, Times Now has written to Air India's deputy chairman with some pointed questions, because India wants to know, and we have still not received a reply, any response from Air India on the incident that took place. Let's take you through the questions that we have asked to Air India. Why was there a 1-month delay in Air India approaching and then complaining to the police officials? There's been no response from Air India yet on this. Was any attempt made to identify and bring to justice the inebriated passenger by Air India, because they had the details of the passenger? No response yet from Air India. Now, why didn't the crew detain and restrain the inebriated passenger as per the rules? These are the rules on paper. Despite that, the Air India staff did not follow the protocol. What is the reason for it? No response from Air India yet. Was the complaint of, was the flight informed about this or not? Was action taken? Nothing done from the Air India side. No response coming in to these pointed questions that Times Now has asked. Has Air India complied with the DGCA rules on the internal policy on unruly passengers? And what are the internal rules on dealing with such situations? These questions have been posed by Times Now to Air India. Even now, there's not been any response. Questions being raised on Air India across the country. Any attempt in inquiring into the incident internally and also fixing accountability? Has the report been submitted to the DGCA as per their requirements? None of it answered by Air India yet. So this remains a top focus here on Times Now as we continue to track the investigations and ask these tough questions to Air India. For the moment, let's shift our focus to